Okay. So, okay, so I don't know that Deb is on today, so I'll go ahead and keep notes as well. And we also have this recorded, so. The bios are available online. I'm not going to read you their bios at this point because I do that at every meeting. And this actually should change. We're actually going to talk about elections during this meeting. So, all right. So we're going to go right into finance. We do have 56 members now, paid members, and I have 5 pending. I'm trying, as much as it's frustrating, I think, for some people, but I am trying just to process those once a month. I was doing them kind of as they arrived. It's a lot of work to print out the certificates, to go through and verify the information and the DD 214s that come in, and security information and lineage and everything. So it's not just a simple look at the application, approve it, and so I'm just dedicating one day a month to processing those and getting those mailed out. I do have another group, and so I'm not quite sure how we're going to handle that, but we've got another group of about 100 that are coming in that have expressed that they actually want to be a part of the museum. We're going to talk about that when we talk about WMSA. So we also did get a $1,000 anonymous donation, and I need to verify the amount. We did get a second donation to help us cover our mailing costs for the year. So we do have another donation coming in as well. I did need to spend more money on, so why this isn't showing. In 1 second here. Yeah. My apologies, because the $67 is not in here. It should have been in here. I must not have updated the finance report. But there is an additional charge of $67 to where I had to purchase some more of the certificate holders. They came in packs of 50. And so I did purchase more certificate holders. Unfortunately, the certificate paper only comes in 100 sheet packs. So the first packet that I got was 50. I could not find another for 50, but I found one for 100, which is fine. So we'll have it for a long time. But so this is what was purchased for $67.86. As for what our pending costs are, a banner, which I'll show you an example of shortly, and our plaque is pending at this time. I've got a couple of quotes out. This is the plaque that'll go up at the museum. That is, in fact, I think I have a picture of that. So yeah, so it's what's called a perpetual plaque. At this time, I'm anticipating between 60 and 70 names will be on the plaque when we're finished. I want it to have our logo on it as well, and then it'll also say founding members, and I'm hoping to put some kind of a quote on it. I did talk to the board today, and they suggested that instead of doing 72 individual plates, which seem to the cost of those run anywhere from $4 to $5 per plate, that we could actually just have one one engraving. So just one plate with all the names engraved, which, I just want an example of what it looks like before I decide on that. But we're not going to be making the plate until April, or making the plaque, I'm sorry, until April. That's when we started collecting donations for the founding year. So that's when we will end. So any applications that have been received up to April will be considered founding members. So if you still have your application and you haven't gotten it in yet, and you want to be on that plaque and considered a founding member, then get that to me by April. Is there any questions on the plaque? Anybody have any Okay, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the banner as well. So this would be up at the museum. This is just kind of my vision for the museum is that we have an entire area that's, dedicated to the sons and the daughters. It's going to include brochures and include more information. That's where the scrapbook is going to be. And so I would like to make sure that we have, a large banner up in that area. So at this point, this is the banner that we're looking at. I do have a couple of other quotes out to find. And Crystal Hudson, I'm not sure, I don't see Crystal on the call right now, but she is designing it. This is what she does. And so she's designing our banner at this point. Whether we got one-sided or two-sided, it was like a $20 difference. There just wasn't a big difference. And so, so this is kind of what we decided to go with for a banner. So what are your thoughts? Does anybody have any thoughts on sort of our display area there? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think it's a waste of money? I mean, anybody?
I like it. I think it's a great idea.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Dennis. See, maybe somebody's listening.
Maybe I think it's a great idea as well. I don't know if you can see the comments in the chat.
I just popped up I'm going to actually pull it over so that I can view them as we're going. Okay, good. Great. Thanks, Jill, Kim. So yeah, I just think, the more we can get out there and, I'll talk. I don't know if I have a special. Yeah, I do have a slide on the advertisements too. So, so that's where we are with that. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But I think it'll be a really nice presence in the museum for us. And I think that it'll really show. I get a lot of calls, a lot of emails and everything sort of questioning the legitimacy of our group, which is understandable, right? We're still in our founding year. What's our group? What are we going to do? Are we legitimate? I don't want to send $25, which, I mean, it's our fees aren't even that much, but it's still, I mean, we all work hard for our money. So, people are really questioning what is our group offering? And, I think that being connected to the museum and being able to be a part and sort of having a say in what's going in the museum and setting up future displays and all that. So I think this just helps just a little bit more with our legitimacy when those questions arrive too. And having people come into the museum, certainly seeing our presence there is going to be very important. So, so I think we're good there. I will move on. Okay, so all right, here we go. So the brochures. There was a few people online that had commented, and I am actually going to go back to that. I was holding off for a minute to see really what we were going to do, but I would like to get brochures mailed out to anyone this week who is willing to go and put them online. I was talking about, or go and put them in VFWs or Legions, or, if you have people, that might be interested or know people. I held off, and I really kind of regret it because the brochure really does speak a little bit to the founding year as well. And so I chose not to print any more brochures because any brochures that we hand out after April obviously would not have that founding membership in. You would not be getting those benefits of the founding members. And so so I'll probably take that line out when I do a reprint of the brochures. But for now, I really like to get them sent out to people. You can have them in your hands and then give me some feedback as well about what if you see something in there even that we want to change or something that we want to add. So if I think I'm on the Facebook, I'm on I'm in the Facebook group, I'm on email as well. So, if you're not on Facebook, go ahead and send me a message and an email or give me a call. My contact information, I think, is everywhere at this point. So, and let me know you want some of those brochures and I'll get some sent out to you. And then if you could just let me know also where you're going to drop them off so that I make sure we're not duplicating places. And, I can also keep track of where we're getting our members from so we can kind of track that a little bit. Share that Facebook group. I know, I get the analytics and, I see, and I think that, it's an area that we're really like, I think we become protective over, sharing too much and annoying our actual Facebook friends and all that. But I really think the benefits of this group are pretty great. And you'd be surprised how many people you can reach. And so go ahead and share the Facebook group. It's free for people to be a part of our Facebook group, and then they can decide if they want to become a paid member or not. Talk to your family and your friends and, make sure that you're sharing the stories and sharing when we're doing a Zoom. The Zoom is not just for our paid members. The Zoom is for anyone that's interested, just to kind of see where we're going. So any questions there? All good. Okay. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. We'll talk about our membership. Yeah. So I think what I did is anyways, in January, in January, I actually processed 9 applications. So that number is a little off. I have 5 currently that are waiting to be processed right now. And so I think if you're already a paid member, you should have received the newsletter. And I know that this is the first month that you would have received the newsletter. I do have previous newsletters that I can email to you if you're interested in seeing any previous newsletters. But we finally, the newsletter gets sent out via the museum. And so trying to coordinate with them and trying to coordinate with their mailer and is just a mess. But you should have all received that via snail mail. If I've cashed your check for membership, then you should by now have all of your membership packet as well. That should have come. And along with your membership numbers. So there is a question, which I think I'm going to wait until after April to discuss once we get sort of an official board going, about possibly adding another membership level for veterans. We do have currently, I want to say 4 or 5 paid members that are Vietnam veterans themselves that are interested in supporting us. I've been putting them on the friends level because it's a sons and daughters group. And so for me, it's okay, you're friends of a son and daughter, and that's just, I have no idea. So I think that's one of the things that, that we'll talk, but I'm interested if anybody has any thoughts on, on what they think about that, if we added a veterans level there.
I think it's a good idea. It's a nice way to honor them too, having their own category.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I think what we'll do is as soon as we get that the board going, then I think that that's going to be one of the first things that we'll discuss, because we need to revamp the entire membership, just in the sense of there's just a number of people who are asking for lifetime membership fees. They want to just pay one fee for a lifetime, which makes sense to me. That's most of the groups that I belong to. I just pay the lifetime membership, so I don't have to continuously be billed. And so that's something that, and the reason that I'm telling you all of these things is because in a couple of slides here, I'm going to be talking about elections, and which are coming up in April, and talk about trying to get some people on the board. So that we can start getting, we've got a lot of work to do, a lot of things on the pipeline. So yeah, so those are some of the things that we'll be discussing, not decisions I want to make alone. So yeah. This is actually kind of an exciting thing. So I had a meeting this week with, her name is Kathy Evans, and she was solely responsible. Obviously, a lot of work went into it, a lot of people, a lot of fundraising for coming up with the women. It's a statue that they have at the Vietnam Wall for, so WIMSA is Women in Military Service of America. And she is a veteran herself, and really had a lot of questions as to how we were honoring women and how we were recognizing their contributions to the Vietnam War at our exhibit. And to be honest, we aren't doing it justice. We're not doing them justice whatsoever. I talked with, a couple of board members, and I think that, this is a perfect exhibit that I think the sons and daughters would, be great. So this is a team that this is a subgroup that I'm going to start. You do not have to be a paid member to be a part of this subgroup, but I think sons and daughters, I think we'll be able to get a lot out of this. I really think you shouldn't look at it as, obviously it's work. Like, it's definitely, a group that's gonna have a lot of work to do. But I think, to me, it would be amazing to sit and listen to some stories of some women that served and really what their contributions were. So what I'm looking to get together is a team of, approximately 10 people. It'd be great if I had more than that, but, and what this group's going to do is going to contact and conduct and record interviews with women Vietnam veterans. And they can be done online or in person. So the database that we have is over 13,000 women veterans. And so we have them in all 50 states. And so we can connect you, if you wanted, we could connect you even with somebody in your area that, if you wanted to do an in-person interview. I have a Zoom, so I can certainly share my Zoom credentials with you so that you could, record these via Zoom. You can record them via any way that you want, if, and we're gonna, Kathy, who has dealt with, with these women, and she has offered to do sort of a informational Zoom with, once we have our team established, to talk to us about, give us a little bit of direction on, what questions to ask, and, how to conduct that interview so that we're getting the best thing. My vision for the exhibit is a fairly large exhibit, and it will be recognized as sponsored and created by the sons and daughters of the Vietnam War. So if you're part of this group, then, your name's going to your actual name is not just the sons and daughters, but our team will be on that list, because I think it's important that that we're recognized, and, and that the work that you put in is recognized and appreciated. So I'm really hoping that I can get a good group of people together to do this. But, my vision is to be able to get uniforms for all of the units that served over there, as well as, anyone who, was a nurse or whatever, and have those, displayed, whether on mannequins or not. And then have a video screen that's playing snippets of those interviews that you're doing. So, but again, the entire design of it will be by this team. So this team will put together these interviews. This team will get together and design that exhibit. Any costs, I just don't see this being a very large cost, but, any costs, this team will talk about fundraising, that we'll do. And as they're doing these interviews, a lot of these women have contacted Kathy, and a lot of these women are, they're getting much older. Some of them don't have family, and they've been trying to say, where can I donate this? Where can I donate? So there is a wealth of donations in terms of uniforms, in terms of, various items that these women, had that they are looking for exactly what we want to do here to push forward. So yeah, so it's kind of exciting that, you know, I think we kind of found something and found a new, this is part of our purpose, you know, part of our mission in supporting the museum. And I think this is a great place to start for us. We have I'll talk about the museum in a little bit, but we do have a second building that's going up in the museum. And so we've already started that. So building 1, the grand opening, as you know, is in June, but we've got building 2 that the plans have already been established for. So yeah, so this is kind of an exciting thing. So I really want to hear what your thoughts are. Is everybody just like, no way, this just seems like too much work? Or do you think it'd be, I get excited about this kind of stuff.
I want in. I think it's awesome. I think it's a great way for us to get recognition too. You were talking about us establishing our legitimacy earlier. This is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
And it's contributing something to the museum that it desperately needs.
I agree. I think that I think that it's going to mean a lot to a lot of women who served, who haven't felt the recognition. And I think that it's going to, add to the museum as well. I mean, for, people to understand what the women did. And I mean, for us to be able to create that in the museum is just, it's going to speak volumes for our group. So I'm really excited. So if you're interested in, in helping with that team, at this point, I'm just collecting the names. And so just let me know if you're interested. And again, I know we have a lot of people on the call. Yeah, sure.
Oh, so real quick, I'm new to the group. This is my first call, but I'm from a town in New Jersey. I'm a proud daughter of a Vietnam veteran. And my father actually is a tour guide. We have a museum in our hometown. It's the oldest post in the town. It was, I think it started in 1919.
Wow.
And we have a museum there named after 2 servicemen that were killed from the town. The first one and the last one from World War I. So from World War I till now, there's artifacts, there's uniforms from all these different wars. The guy who kind of created this, my dad's buddy, his wife, who we're very good friends with, she was actually a reporter in Vietnam.
Mm.
So I want to talk to her, and maybe she wants to participate in the woman part of it. But yeah, I mean, it's a really cool museum. So I was really interested in what you're doing. And I think this is great. I'd love to be a part of it because I do a lot of work, everything for veterans. And I said, is there a group like for the kids of veterans? And, we're always doing everything to help the veterans. So like Dennis, I think said, we can get a little recognition for, ourselves too, while we're doing it.
Hey, I'm all about that. I love giving people recognition, but let's talk, Jen, because I'd like to hear about that museum as well. I love hearing what other people have done. And the greatest part about the museum that we're connected with is that we are dedicated to telling the whole story of the Vietnam War, including all of, like you said, but we include the story of the civilian contractors that were over there, and and the press, and the anybody who was a part, because there's so many stories out there. So even if they weren't serving actually in the military, those are we still want those stories. We want to capture those stories, and and capture really what the women, how they contributed. So so that'd be great. I'm glad to hear that you guys are as excited. After I got off the call with this woman who was just, absolutely amazing. I was just so excited, and I could talk for a good, probably the whole hour about my talk with her, but I will save that for you lucky people that are going to raise your hand and join this group, because I will definitely give more details about that call. And I think when we jump on a call with her too, you'll understand how absolutely amazed and grateful that she was offering any help at all. It seems like has spent a lifetime doing nonprofit work and doing work to push for military, women in military recognition. So it was a pretty great call. And I was really excited afterwards. I'm sure you can't tell it all, right? So yeah, so just reach out to me. I see that there's quite a few in the chat as well. So I will hopefully I'll be able to get those names, and I'm going to send an email out as well to anyone. Like I said, you don't have to be a paid member of the group to be a part of this. And to be honest, you really don't even have to be a son or a daughter. I know that we have many members that are friends of the group, and we have some veterans as well. I think that, this group, I think anyone who is interested in this project can raise their hand and help out. I don't know how many interviews, we'll be able to do. And I think that that'll just depend on the team members. So, once we get the team together, we can discuss all that kind of stuff. But fairly excited about this one. So if there's no other questions, I won't, like I said, I could talk about that one for an hour, but I won't do that to you. So, okay. So moving on, elections. We have, as I promised when the group started a year ago, I've been the, quasi president now, but I've never been voted in. And so I certainly am okay if you vote me out. So, but I'm looking for a team, right? So, I mean, I've been doing kind of everything. And I'm really looking for some other people to kind of help out, to take some leadership roles, meetings like I had with Kathy. It would have been great to have a couple of people on there. I have one way of thinking, and I actually enjoy hearing other people's point of views. So, we're looking for, 5 to 10 board members. And I'm also looking for anyone who's interested in the president position, the vice president, secretary, or treasurer. You have to be a paid member to vote for these positions. So these are paid, paid membership positions. So, and, our membership is just $25. So we're not talking about, hopefully not breaking the bank. However, I will tell you that if that is a financial hardship for anybody, and I think I've mentioned it in the past, if it is a financial hardship, please let me know. There's definitely something that we can work out. So I want anybody who wants to be a part of this group to be a part of the group. And so I don't want that to be any kind of a barrier for you joining the group. And I guarantee that any of that kind of information would always be confidential. So, so with that said, I don't release the.
Katie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to let you know that I was interested in helping with registrations.
Oh, I love it. Okay. So let me just write that down because that's important. And this is Shannon, right? Is this Shannon that was just speaking? It doesn't tell me who was talking.
It was. Yes, it was.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay, I am going to put that in then. Perfect. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot of work to verify the lineage, to do all that, to process everything. So, so if you're interested in being a member of the board, and we are at this point, I'm collecting names. If I have no idea how many. If we get more than 10, we can certainly discuss having a larger board.
I just went ahead to throw this up.
I don't envision the board members needing to be voted in, but I do envision the executive. So the president, the vice president, secretary, and treasurer. Those are those are electable positions. However, I think that at this point, if you're interested in being on the leadership board, let's see how many names, at this point that we get. And, I don't know, I could get 10 or I could get 100. I have no idea how many are interested in that. So you could just reach out to me and let me know, if you're interested in being a board member, and also if you're interested in any of the leadership positions. I will be running again for president, not again, for the first time. So I am not, I promise you, I'm not intending to leave any, you in the dust. However, I'm good with just being a board member as well. So if there's someone else that's interested. So with that said, does anyone have any questions on elections? Okay, I don't want to spend too much
Do you
time on all.
have like a brief, do you have a brief like job description of the duties for each position? Because I'm interested, but I'd rather read to see what I'm most fit for, or, what's really involved.
Yeah, and I do. Let me, because I did create a business plan, and that is in the business plan. So, Jen, let's see. Job descriptions.
And also, how do I actually, like I said, I'm new to the group. How do I pay for the membership? Is it just mailing you a check or a Venmo?
Yeah, if you go on to our website, which is www. Maybe somebody can throw that into the chat. It's nationalvnwarmuseum.org. And there's a link at the top that says Sons and Daughters, and there's an application there. And my address is in the application for where you can send the application to.
Okay.
So yeah. And welcome. How
Thank
can
you.
I ask, how'd you find out about our group?
Facebook.
Fantastic. I love it.
I'm like, is there a group for sons and daughters like to chat or post pictures? And I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. But, I'm in New Jersey. So I'm like, well, this museum they're talking about, it's probably they're all there. And I'm seeing there's people that are not like me.
Nope, I'm in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah. So perfect. Well, good. All right. Well, I am going to move forward, but I will get that out to you. And if my email is on that list, Jen, on that website, I think, okay, yeah, Dennis just posted it. So if you go to that page, my email's on there as well as my phone number too. So if you want to shoot me an email, then I can just send you via email back. But
right.
I'll post them to our Facebook page as well. All right. Now for the fun stuff. The our meetup, right? So I did post, this is for anyone who's coming into town for our spring fundraiser, right? So our spring fundraiser for the museum is March 26th at and the fundraiser is going to be at the Crazy Water Hotel. And I think, let me just see. Yeah, so this is the information about the fundraiser itself. So it's gonna, I think it's, yeah, 5:30 is what time the cocktail hour silent auction is going to begin, and dinner's at 6. Quite a great dinner this year. So it looks like it's some lasagna, some veggies, etc. And so I actually booked, well, you can see the pictures of this suite that I'll be staying in. The suite is not being charged back to our group. So I'm actually paying for the suite out of my own pocket. So just so that everybody knows that. But you can see it's a large suite because I love to throw a good party. So I was thinking anyone who is coming in for the fundraiser and possibly staying at the hotel is invited on Friday night for an informal wine and dine. I'll have some hors d'oeuvres, some wine, some beer, some non-alcoholic beverages as well. So, feel free to stop in. Like I said, it's going to be really informal. On Saturday is more of our official meet and greet, because I understand there's a lot of people that are down in the Texas area that are going to come in for the fundraiser and might not necessarily be out of town guests staying at the hotel. So Saturday is more of a formal meet and greet, and we're going to do that from 1 to 4. Same suite. I'll post that to the room to the Facebook page once I check in and get that. But just thought it'd be kind of a nice little space that, so if you're coming to the fundraiser, you want to come a couple hours earlier and join us for free beverage. We'd love to meet you. I know there's, it is going from 1 to 4, but I'm sure it'll, go longer than that as well. I personally am going to have to leave to head down to the fundraiser because, of course, I can't get by without working something. So yeah, I did put this out on Facebook as an event, but obviously you don't need to be RSVP'd to come. So if you're in town for the weekend, come join us. If you're local, come join us on Friday. Otherwise, come, if you're coming to the fundraiser, come a couple hours early and join us upstairs for some beverages. I hope it's as big as it looks, but it looks like a nice, comfortable room. So with that, let's talk about what our involvement in the fundraiser is. So at this point, I would love, and he's going to kill me for putting him on the spot, but I have 5 baskets currently in my possession. That'll be fun. Good thing that good thing I fly a lot and they give me 2 large bags on Delta, so for free, because I think I'm just gonna have a whole suitcase full of baskets. But I was hoping to get to 10. Now we're really at 10, to be honest, because I'm going to put Dennis on the spot here. Dennis has been doing some fantastic work. I get excited when I read his update. He has a Google spreadsheet doc that shows what he's been collecting, and he's really been pushing and getting some cool donations. One that we were very, very excited about. So Dennis, do you want to talk about some of the donations? And I'm just going to quickly tell people. So our idea for these donations is that they will not be a silent auction item. They will be, well, possibly. We're going to hold off because we're not 100% sure what one of the donations Dennis got is. So I'm not sure what we'll talk with Dennis about what we're going to do with that one. But the idea is to just sell dollar tickets. I've done a lot of these, and then just raffle off each item. Done a lot of these kind of raffle things in the past, and they tend to bring in a significant amount of money. People have no problem going up and spending, $20 to get 20 tickets to throw into a box. The fundraiser usually has a couple of 100 people at it. So we're not talking about a small, 50-person fundraiser. It's a fairly large fundraiser. And with a good amount of money in the room. So, so I think we're better off not doing them as silent auction items. The idea was that we'll do them as basket raffles. With that said, I'm going to let Dennis go at it.
Okay. So it's definitely been a lot easier getting things for the museum than us. I've had a lot better success. I'm going to do one more push. I've got a lot of companies that haven't responded back to me that normally I would hear from. So hopefully I'll be able to add to this. But right now for us, we have a basket from Little Caesars, and there's one for the museum as well. That's because that's who I work for. So that's an instant. And then for us to raffle off, we have if you watch on PBS, there's a European travel guy named Rick Steves. He donated a Europe 101 book autographed. So we'll have that. And then I have some things that I'm going to send down to just for us, some autographed books and stuff like that. And then for the museum, like I said, the Little Caesars, we got a donation of a 1-month Bark Box. So one month subscription. Louisville Slugger Museum and Factory Tour in Louisville donated 2 tickets. Epic Waters Indoor Water Park in Texas donated a 4-pack family passes. And then the best one is Major League Baseball. I asked for a autograph baseball from the commissioner because they send those out. You can send a request, they'll send them. And the commissioner said he wanted to do something better. So he sent a package down to the museum. It arrived today. I got a notification arrived this afternoon. We have no idea what's in it, but it was something special from the commissioner that he wanted to contribute for the fundraiser.
Very exciting. I'm going to have to call Jim when I get off the call and see. Well, I guess I don't know if it went, I'm assuming it went right to the museum itself. So we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. I'll let you know as soon as I find out.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
excited. I'm sure it's
Really
pretty good.
question.
I have a quick question for Dennis, if I can.
Sure.
Do you have, I actually do similar stuff for a charity that I volunteer for. Do you have like a form letter on letterhead,
Yep.
like a template I could use?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, if you can get that to me, that would be great. And if, I don't know if you want to share your spreadsheet with me, so I don't double, you know, if there's like
Yeah,
a,
that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, I
Yeah, what's
doubt I'm gonna contact anyone in Texas, but say, you know, like Amazon wants to give me something and they're like, you already like tried or
sure,
whatever.
yeah. And they're not huge. I had better intentions and life got busy. But you'll see, there are some companies, like I said, I'm gonna follow up with them. But what's your email, Jen? I'll send it out tonight.
It's Jen with 2 N's.
Mhm.
If you could see my name in the box, Jen
Yep.
Minervino at Yahoo.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.
Oh, fundraising is my thing. Don't worry. I'm gonna hook you guys up.
I love
I
it.
actually got 1 year, but I don't think they're gonna donate to us. They actually just do like schools and it was for autism, like people that want to play music. And I got a Gibson guitar donated.
Wow.
But they really focus on like it has to be a school or somebody like developmentally and intellectually disabled that uses music as, you know, a tool.
That makes sense.
So,
It makes sense. But yeah, no, I appreciate any help you can give. So I did put together, I went on to Amazon and kind of looked up at you know, some basket ideas, and I put together an Amazon gift list for anyone who maybe isn't a doesn't want to go out and solicit donations, but maybe they personally want to you know, to purchase something that we can. So the other thing that, you know, we certainly will take is a gift card. I know most gift cards nowadays you can buy online. So if you know, if you wanted to purchase a gift card and send me, you know, send me an email, I could print that gift card out and have that as you know, as part of our thing. If anyone is part of a small business, our Pampered Chef people, our, you know, Candlelight people, there's so many of them, and wants to put together something, you know, let me know. So with that, I will go ahead and post that Amazon link. Sure, yeah, Shannon.
I'm sorry, when is this, when would you need all this stuff by?
So I'm flying out to the museum the 21st of March. And so I would prefer to have anything to me, you know, that week beforehand, so I can kind of figure out exactly, you know, how I'm packing everything. You certainly could, if you're, you know, if you're mailing something, I can get you an address to mail it directly to Texas. So, you know, I don't have to, you know, tug it down there, but.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is because I have a couple of Raven pictures that are duplicates of mine, and I have the authenticity cards with the pictures, and I could donate them if you guys could use them for anything.
Sure. Yeah, let's chat after the call, and if you could send me just send me an email, and yeah, certainly. The fundraiser has such a, you know, varied list of things each year, and I know Susie Messenger has been great in collecting all those donations and kind of getting the silent auction set up, and it's a significant amount of work, but I can send you her information as well too, because there's a silent auction, and then there's our gift basket thing, and then there's also a live auction that happens that goes on there as well. So lots go on at this, and with that, then I'm going to go ahead and go into the next. So I am looking for our Texas sons and daughters, or anyone who is attending the fundraiser. We are looking for some volunteers, volunteers to help set up, clean up, work during the event, you know, wherever, for whatever amount of time you can help. So if you could reach out, we're going to be posting this on our Facebook page. We're also going to be posting it on the museum page. Hopefully every one of our sons and daughters also likes the museum webpage or the museum Facebook page as well. There's some great updates that are happening on that page that as well. So yeah, so hopefully you guys all like that page, you know, and also our sons and daughters group. But I really do need some or Susie really does need some volunteers. Like I said, I'll be down there the whole week. So I know they'll be putting me to work there, and I love it. So yeah, so will you send me a message if if you're able to help. The Amazon gift list, I see Jill just asked about that. I am going to post that on our Facebook page, and I will also be sending out an email with that link as well. So if you're not on our Facebook page, don't worry about it. I'll be sending out that link as well. And when you buy off of the gift list, it actually gives you the option to mail it directly to an address. So you'll be able to mail it directly to the museum if you purchase something off of the Amazon gift list. And honestly, if you purchase anything off of Amazon, so if it doesn't even have to be on our wish list. If you have something that you want to purchase that you think would work great, at this point, you know, we don't turn anything down. So, so is there any other questions on the fundraiser, on the meetup, on, you know, on any parts of this going on? Okay, I want to push forward because I do not want to spend. Okay. This just gives an update on the museum, right? So we just got done hiring a company, and they are going to create an audio tour of the museum. This is just part of me just updating you on where we're at with the museum. It's going to be same as most places that you go into. You know, it's going to be a little handheld device that will walk you through the museum. So that was kind of a big excitement for us on the board. You'd be surprised at how much back and forth went about audio tours. Oh, they said, oh, we're gonna do we're gonna just have people install an app, and I said nobody's gonna install an app. So yeah, so that's where we're at. The conference room, we're still looking for items for the conference room. So if you know of a company that's, I hate using the word downsize, but you know, half of the companies out there are now doing work from home. So I'm not saying downsized in a negative, but downsize their office space. I know there's so many times where we upgrade our equipment at our companies. I know, you know, my company has a computer room in every single office that has, you know, equipment they never use anymore. So, you know, maybe your company has that, and maybe there's an old projector in there, or, you know, I mean, we're not looking at this time for state-of-the-art equipment. We're just looking to get our conference room up and going. And, you know, maybe later down the line, we can invest a lot more money. But at this point, you know, we need a conference table. We need the conference chairs. You know, we need the audio equipment. So if you know of that, or, you know, you can reach out to some companies, find out if they have it, and, you know, and let me know. Building 2, which I discussed, the final plan for the museum is actually 3 buildings. So we are opening building 1, but the concepts have just been drawn for building 2. I was really hoping, so like the museum page, because those concepts are going to be posted to the museum page. Like I said, I updated the PowerPoint, and I think we're on my old PowerPoint, the non-updated one. So but yeah, so the concepts have been drawn. It's kind of exciting. You'll see the area that I envision our women's exhibit will be in, WIMSA exhibit. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. The grand opening, the 25th of June, and if you are a paid member of the Sons and Daughters, make sure that you RSVP. If you're not on the Facebook, group, then shoot me an email to let me know. There will be a special email going out. And I'm back and forth about whether or not I'm going to send a postcard out as well. You are going to have a special invite to the event. So if you are a paid member, special invites, I believe, are being sent out this month. But there will be a reserved section for you and your guests that are coming. So if you, so we just need to know how many of our paid members are going to be at that grand opening so that we can have enough chairs and enough space for that. I will be speaking at the grand opening, so it'll be exciting to talk about our group a little bit and talk about some of the awesome things that that the group's doing. And again, you'll need to be paid member, and that membership for the special seating, you know, really will be up until the grand opening. So founding members are until April. Anything past that is will still, you will still have a spot at the grand opening, even if you're not a founding member, as long as you get your application in before the grand opening. So so is there any questions on that? It's got some pretty great speakers. It's watching the agenda kind of take come alive is exciting. I don't know anybody who, if you all know Troy Evans, he is he's our keynote speaker. So he was also, I think he was in ER, so I recognized his face right away. And I think Bosch, which is a show I never watched, but there's quite a few people that I've talked to that have. So he's an actor as well as a Vietnam vet who served multiple tours. So it'll be nice. He's done quite a few keynote speaking events. So okay, I don't want to spend too much. So we only have a couple more slides. So I apologize because we are about 3 minutes to our hour. So the curator job is open. We are going to be posting this online, and this is a paid job. And this is in Texas, in Mineral Wells, Texas, with the museum. And you know, I know people sort of look and go, well, small museum or something, but I can assure you that we are not underpaying in this position. And it is a full-time position, and you will be reporting to the board of directors. So we have some of the job duties here, as well as, you know, the qualifications, and we have started taking applications. So if you know a curator, or you know someone who meets these qualifications in Texas there, that's, you know, that's looking for a job, reach out. You can reach out to me. I'm on the board. You can reach out to any other board member too, if you want to bypass me. And we have started, we have a meeting on Saturday where we're going to start reviewing some of those applications. But I wanted to kind of get this job listing out to you guys and to kind of the museum people first, because we have not gone live on the job sites yet. And I feel that once we do that, I think we're going to get quite a few applications. And so I wanted to kind of, if there were, you know, kind of reach out to our inner circle first before it is posted live out there. So let me know if you know someone who meets the qualifications. I'm not going to go through all of these, but this will be posted on the web page, not the Facebook page. It will be posted on our web page. Like I said, we haven't gone live yet, but you can screenshot this. The slides for this show are going to be posted, and they'll be posted within the next 24 hours, as well as our video from today. So you can get this slide on the Facebook on the web page, Sons and Daughters. Any previous meetings that we've had, any previous slides, those are posted there as well. So if you want to, you know, if you haven't got quite enough of me in this meeting and you just really want to watch previous meetings, those are all posted. So I will move forward then. This is our final slide. So this is the scrapbook that we talked about. It's a 12 by 12 page, and it will be displayed in a book permanently at the museum. It's 1 page per veteran. So, you know, if you have multiple family members, we just ask that you coordinate with them so that we just have 1 page in there. We're not being, you know, it's not something we want to micromanage. You know, however you want to honor your veteran, it's a 12 by 12 page. You know, you go for it. Some of the ones that I've seen are pretty amazing. It's great to kind of see how different people want to honor it. Service stories, pictures, awards. Nothing graphic. You know, it's a museum, and there's going to be kids coming through the museum, and there's going to be, you know, and so just be careful. You know, don't put anything on your page that you wouldn't want your own kid to, you know, to view, is kind of my thought. But we've got quite a few pages that have come in recently. One of the questions that was asked was, is this only for paid members? And it is not. At this time, I don't know in the future if we're going to have to close that off. You know, if we start to get an influx of them and really our book is growing, then at that time we will close it off and only accept paid members going forward. So this is really your time to get your page in there. People are asking what's being done with those pages. So it'll be in the sons and daughters section. There's a scrapbook that was created by 2 veterans, wooden scrapbook. And every month, a new page will be taken out of the scrapbook and displayed in a display. So we are highlighting one of those veterans every month. So it's not just, you know, you're not just in the scrapbook and that's, you know, that's that. Like there's actually, you know, your veteran will be honored for an entire month in our area as well. So yes, I think that's pretty cool. I think it, you know, it's a way for us to get those stories out there. So, you know, so nothing's forgotten. And like I said, at this time, you know, we're accepting them all. So again, the information is on the web page under the Sons and Daughters group, and that shows you where you can mail it to. And it's just a 12 by 12 page. So I know that some people were kind of rolling it up and putting it into a tube and sending it down. There's other people that have been mailing it flat. So lots of different options on, you know, on how to mail it. I liked the rolled up in a tube. That seemed to make sense, but get those in. The grand opening's in June. I think it's an easy thing to do, is create that scrapbook page, and you know, what a great thing to be able to tell your veteran, or if they're not around anymore, to be able to honor that veteran. So that is that's, I believe, yeah, and this is my slide every meeting, right? Where do I need your help? We need volunteers for the spring fundraiser. We need those interviewers, but really that's not just interviewers. We need the team for WIMSA, for the women exhibit. The newsletter I do 4 times a year. I'm trying to think. I do like 4 different newsletters for different organizations. I think the newsletter is done 4 times a year. Anybody who wants to write an article one time, every time, whatever topics, you know, we're open. We're not nothing specific. And then I do need some help with the business plan. And that's something that, you know, I'm going to throw onto the board in April once we get, but if you have some expertise in incorporation and business plan, you know, I have it about 75% of the way done. I'd like to get the full business plan written, finished, so that I can, you know, give it to the board. And, you know, we have somewhere to look, you know, somewhere to go with that, and can make changes at that point. It's much easier to, you know, pick apart a changed product than have to finish it. So, so that's where we are there. And at this point now, I'm 5 minutes over. I tried to talk fast, but I talk a lot. So does anyone have any questions? I'm going to stop sharing so that we can see everyone's beautiful face. Let's see. View the gallery. Okay. So any questions from anyone or comments or anything that, I don't know, that you need from me? Nothing, nothing. I just put you all to sleep in this hour. All right. Well, thank you.
Oh, Katie. Hey, Katie, this is Jill Hamilton. I just wanted to say I really appreciate that you're leading this charge because you really have your shit together. So I thank you because this is how great things start. So I appreciate all that you're doing and that you're bringing everybody together, and you're on the right track as far as coming off as extremely professional, legitimate. So I feel really good being part of this.
Oh, thank you, Jill. Thank you. It really is a labor of love, and you guys, having my shit together. If you could see me outside of this, no, I'm just kidding. But no, it's a pretty awesome. I think we've got a good thing going here. And so I'm really proud to be a part of it. And I'm, it's great having, look at all the people that help out too. So so is there anything anybody needs from me at this point? My phone number and my email are on the website. I'm on Facebook, so feel free to reach out to me in any way. I'm pretty good about answering fairly quickly, and I have, if you have any ideas for the group too, if you guys run across things that you say, hey, this would be a great fit for the group, bring that up. If anybody wants to talk about anything during one of our meetings too, you don't have to sit for an hour and listen to me talk. I certainly would love to, to have anybody that wants to jump on and, and add to anything as well. And I appreciate all the help, especially with the fundraising that, people are doing. And if you're not, if you haven't got your application in, get your application in, and we'll get you on that founding members plaque, and you'll receive your certificate and your pin and everything. And then also, if you want to hand out some of those brochures, let me know, and I will mail those brochures out to you so that you can get some of those, and we'll get those out as well. So with that, I think that's it. I don't have anything else. If anybody has anything else, otherwise you guys get to, I only went 8 minutes over, not too bad. So, all right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see, how do I stop recording?